Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Monday Night Raw results and your main event spoilers, or actually results. Birthdays, you got Angelina for September 13th, Angelina Love. She was born 1981. Baron Corbin, constipated one. He was born 1984. September 15th, Teddy Long. He was born 1947. Adrian Adonis. He was born 1954. And September 17th birthdays, the guy with the tennis racket, who sounds like a racket, running his mouth, Jim Cornette. If you're not familiar with him, he was the manager of the Midnight Express. Fans were not happy after last night's Hell in a Cell main event. As seen in a video here, during the main event match between Braun Strowman and Universal Champion Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar appeared and destroyed both men, which resulted in the match ending in a no contest. Pay-per-view went off the air with Strowman and Reigns laid out in the ring. After the pay-per-view off the air, fans booed and chanted "This is BS," and Reigns and Strowman laid in the ring. But if you go to the link, it has been removed due to violations of copyright by WWE. Backstage, news of Brock Lesnar's WWE return and Hell in a Cell main event finish. No contest was a first for a Hell in a Cell match on a pay-per-view since the match was created in 1997. There was one other Hell in a Cell match that resulted in a no contest between Mankind, Mick Foley, and Kane. However, that was on an episode of Raw in August of 1998. Andrew Everet on Twitter at Andrew Everet lets everybody know, hey guys, earlier today I was granted my release from Impact Wrestling. I had great times with the company and I'm grateful for the opportunities that I received while under contract. At this moment, I feel that I need to test the waters in free agency. Also, at Fightful Online, there was some comments about a former WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Hurricane Helms, coaching at the WWE Performance Center. ProWrestling.net says that the hashtag WWE Crown Jewel press release tournament announced for the latest show from Saudi Arabia. One match announced on Raw Triple Threat is Roman versus Braun versus Brock, with Reigns still champion. So there's spoiler alert for your next event, October the 2nd, 3rd, whichever it is. Also noted, a rumored match for Crown Jewel is Kane and The Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction versus Triple H and Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels, reformation of DX, who would be coming out of retirement for this match. And that can be found on this link. An article on MMAfighting.com. Dave Meltzer wrote about Brock Lesnar's return to WWE at Hell in a Cell, with WWE's deal with Saudi Arabia believed to be $45 million range, as Meltzer noted the following. With that kind of revenue at stake, meaning these shows generate more actual dollars for the company than even its WrestleMania shows. They load up on outside talent and give them larger paydays. In Lesnar's case, it's believed that he will be well into the seven-figure range for the match in Saudi Arabia. Remember the primetime players in their song? It's going to make millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. Well, seven figures is millions of dollars. Brock Lesnar signed a short extension, according to Dave Meltzer a few weeks back. His next match will be when WWE returns to Saudi Arabia in November. Meltzer also reported last night's finish was not a last minute, as it was planned once Lesnar signed his extension deal. Tables, ladders, and chairs. The TLC pay-per-view event will be taking place on December 16th from San Jose, California. This will be the pay-per-view event that takes place after Survivor Series in November. The SAP Center in San Jose is currently advertising a match for the event, which looks like it could end up being your main event. and also possible spoilers. The website is advertising Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins, The Shield versus Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler. And here's an excerpt from the website. Tables, Ladders, and Chairs is coming to San Jose. This will be your chance to see The Shield versus Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Dolph Ziggler, a six-man TLC tag team match. Plus many other your favorite hashtag WWE superstars. These six men will face off again at the WWE Super Showdown event in Australia. This will presumably be a TLC match if it does happen. Rock and Roll Express has another tag team championship in their repertoire. As you can see, photo of them holding the belts. Popular WCW pay-per-view Starcade is returning as a non-TV special live event this year, with the show taking place at the U.S. Bank Arena in Cincinnati, Ohio. On Saturday, November 24th, Thanksgiving. Normally Thanksgiving night, but whatever day that is. It's a Saturday, of course. So Thanksgiving is earlier this particular month. So Saturday, 22nd. Last year, WWE revived the name for a show in Greensboro, North Carolina. It was the first time in 18 years that the name Starcade was used for a show, as WWE opted not to adopt it to one of its pay-per-views after WCW was bought in 2001. With Survivor Series taking place in a week before, it's highly unlikely that this show will be a newsworthy one, despite the prestige of the name. This will be a dual-branded show, which is headlined by The Shield versus Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre in a Cincinnati street fight. Other matches announced are AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE title in a steel cage match, as it says that AJ still has a title. Another spoiler. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for your SmackDown Women's title in a steel cage match. Again, Becky has a title. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev for the U.S. title. Again. New Day versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. So New Day is still champion then. So another spoiler. Other matches will obviously be announced as the show gets closer. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, a name synonymous with the WCW pay-per-view, will also be in attendance for a performance with Elias. Tickets for Starcade go on sale Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time at Ticketmaster. Here's that link for the arena advertisement. If you don't believe me, watch the video, brothers and sisters. Happy 2 years of marriage to Johnny Gargano and his wife. 2 years down, infinity to go. Matt Hardy appeared to have wrestled his last match, as Matt wrestled last night at the Corpus Christi house show on Sunday night. After the event, Matt posted a video saying WWE allowed him to fulfill all of his advertised commitments, and Corpus Christi was the last one. Matt says, never say never, but tonight, here in Corpus Christi, is likely the last time you'll ever see Woken Matt Hardy. You go to that link. The Rock started filming the first season of Titan Games this past weekend. 10 episodes. Reality competition will premiere in January 2019 on NBC. It will have a format similar to American Gladiators and its 2008 reboot. Rock posted the following on filming and revealed the new Titan Arena. Build it, and they will come. Big first night of shooting Titan Games in our massive and spectacular structure known as Titan Arena. I created this show to give ordinary people a once-in-a-lifetime shot at doing extraordinary things and ultimately stand atop our Mount Olympus and be crowned Titan. The crowd will be hyped. Competitors are all ready, and I could use a stiff tequila. Ain't no business like show business. Let's get this show on the road. Hashtag Titan Arena, hashtag Home of the Titan Games, hashtag Time to Bring It, hashtag NBC, hashtag $7 frauds. I was absolutely in awe when I finally walked through our newly built Titan Arena, the home of the biggest athletic competition series you've ever seen. called Titan Games. I needed to design an outdoor arena, visually spectacular enough to impress and satisfy the TV audience watching at home, but also an arena big enough to hold our massive competitions. Our architects and builders delivered. Wow. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was Titan Arena. My partners and at NBC and at Smith Co-Prod are working hard and ready to deliver some greatness. I'm feeling good and ready to rock and roll. Shooting starts now. Hashtag Titan Games, hashtag Titan Arena, hashtag $7 pods, coming this January on NBC. And probably on his Instagram.com, The Rock, /The Rock. WWE posted this video of AJ Styles champion with Leonardo and Donatello from Nickelodeon's Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series, a series featuring John Cena voicing the villain Baron Draxum. Ex-WWE personality Jason Sensation posted the suicide tweet before Raw a couple weeks ago, as WWE and Toronto police notified. Giving you an update on this, former WWE personality Jason Sensation was interviewed by the Hannibal TV podcast and gave a detailed account of why he tweeted out that he had brought a gun to the recent WWE taping in Toronto and was going to shoot himself. You can listen to the full audio in the YouTube player at this link. And he comments by saying, I suffer from depression and some mental issues. It's hard to dive into this whole thing, but I don't want to sugarcoat it either. I have some issues with wrestling, and I have some issues with how my career went. I'm very hurt about how my career went in WWE. WWE, were in town, and I was just in an emotional state. I was visiting my dad at my sister's place. I had a few drinks with my sister. I passed out and I woke up. Oh, great. Raw was fixing to come on. My dad loves wrestling, and he was getting ready to watch Raw from Toronto. I went into my depressive state in that moment. Here they are in Toronto. I was thinking of who I still have a contact with in the company, and they didn't call me. And I was thinking of my friends who were not in the company anymore, and they didn't call me. This is very selfish thinking. I'm embarrassed to admit where my mind was at. I woke up. I was half drunk. I looked at my phone, and none of my friends who were going to the show messaged me. No one from the show messaged me. I had some history with the company where I've sent out a whole bunch of crap online. I've definitely burned my bridges, and they've blackballed me from the company forever. It was years ago that I did that, and I say something stupid every now and then because I'm hurting, and I'm just trying to get reaction out of them. Do you even notice me? Why can't you see me? Maybe that's because you're not John Cena. It's from a place of being hurt and never getting a mention back. I can never get a mention back. Triple H will assign the wellness letter program to me. He'll sign it personally and send it to me, but I can never get a tweet back or a message back online. I feel like I've been so blacked out from them, I can never get their attention. I've been sending out stupid crap like this to them for years for attention, but this is something that I didn't even think through. I didn't realize that there had been a couple of shootings. The officer that detained me and handcuffed me explained to me about the shootings in Florida. OMG, I didn't even know this was going on. I've been so out of the loop. But I woke up out of this stupid state. I felt like nobody noticed me. Then I had this very fast thought, and figured that this might get their attention, sending the suicide threat tweet. Okay, yeah, whatever. When I went back to sleep, when my oldest sister came home, she came running downstairs and said, Jason, you don't understand what you've done. I said, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just deactivate my Twitter. And I did without even realizing what I said. The next person to come down the stairs was a police officer. And I was like, OMG, this is real. And he laughed. There were they were showing me that I was on TMZ. It came from a sad place, but I was trying to get that attention. It was just me saying, what WTF ever. I really did not put any thought into what I said in that tweet. When I reread it, it was like, yeah, that's effing awful. I've been getting nothing but very negative feedback from a lot of people, and I get it. I'm not even going to try to fight anyone on the issue. I didn't realize that the magnitude of what I had even said. I do deal with mental illness. I do have suffering feelings and suffering pains. There's times when I wish I didn't even have to be here to deal with my own pain. I don't want to die. I don't want to kill myself. When I had a heart attack, I realized I didn't want to die. When push came to shove, I don't really want to die. So I regret sending that tweet out. This week's W Raw in Dallas saw the Authors of Pain squash two local Texas indie wrestlers. Name of Gregory James and Barrett Brown was used on TV. It's worth noting that WWE let the two use the same names that they use on the indies. WWE taped the following matches from Dallas to air on this week's main event episode, which is airing on Wednesday night. Zack Ryder defeated Mike Kanellis. Apollo Crews defeated Mojo Rawley. Raw opened up from American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Michael Colesaw welcomes us. He's joined in by Corey Graves and Renee Young. We go right to the ring, and out comes Universal Champion Roman Reigns to a mixed reaction. JoJo does the introductions. Reigns marches to the ring, and Colesaw leads us to a video package with the highlights from the Hell in a Cell main event, including Brock Lesnar's return to destroy Reigns and Braun Strowman. Reigns takes the mic and says last night was rough. It was brutal, and it didn't go as planned, but he woke up this morning, and he's still the Universal Champion. The boos pick up for Reigns. Reigns knew Lesnar had his rematch, but he didn't know Lesnar would come and kick the cell door off the hinges and attack him while he was down. Fans do the what treatment to Reigns, and Reigns calls Lesnar to come to the ring and fight if he wants his rematch. Of course, he's not there. Music hits, but out comes Strowman instead. Strowman enters the ring and stares down Reigns. Braun takes the mic and says, "Screw this crap." Reigns should be thankful Lesnar came down because he's the only reason Reigns still has the title. Strowman says this is the second time Lesnar has screwed him out of an opportunity, but there will not be a third. Strowman says if anyone gets their hands on Brock, it should be him. And he's coming for Reigns when he's done. Acting Raw General Manager Constipated Corbin comes out and tells them both to calm down because we're not doing this right now. Fan chant, "You suck," as Corbin enters the ring. Constipated One says Hell in a Cell was the first pay-per-view as acting general manager, and no one is more upset about the main event than him. Corbin says he's been on the phone all day with Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon to come up with a solution, and he thinks he has one to make everyone happy. Corbin announces WWE Crown Jewel for Friday, November the 2nd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It will be Lesnar versus Strowman versus Reigns in a triple threat with the title on the line. Strowman says that idea sucks. Everyone sucks. Reigns, Corbin, everyone in the arena. Paul Heyman interrupts, and out he comes. Staffers bring out part of the cell door that Lesnar knocked off, standing it up on the stage. Heyman introduces himself as the advocate for his client that kicked the door to hell open. Heyman goes on about how Lesnar is worth more money in the UFC now, and that means he can make more money in WWE. Heyman goes on about Lesnar bringing WWE success as champion and wanting more power. That is why Lesnar will go on to Saudi Arabia and win the title back, which makes him the crown jewel of WWE. Strowman leaves the ring and chases Heyman up the ramp. Corbin and Reigns are left in the ring now. Constipated Corbin indicates that Reigns was injured last night and says he won't make it to Saudi Arabia as champion because he's defending tonight. Reigns' opponent will be Corbin himself. As Corbin walks off with a smile as Reigns looks on. So to come second, Undertaker will be here. Also, Dean Ambrose versus Drew McIntyre. Back to commercial. And that match is up next. Dean Ambrose versus McIntyre. Back from the ring, out comes Dean Ambrose to a pop. Raw Tag Team Champions. Drew McIntyre without Nicks. Of course, so far it's two versus one. Bell rings and they size each other up before locking up. The trade holds. McIntyre sends Ambrose into the corners with strikes. Ambrose ducks in the corner but runs into boots. Ambrose counters again and goes to work on Drew's leg. Ambrose with a running drop kick to the leg. Ambrose wraps the leg around the ring post and slams it as the referee warns him. Ambrose slams the injured leg into the ring post one more time. Drew kicks Ambrose back into the barrier. Drew follows, but Ambrose rams him into the apron. Ambrose sends Drew into the apron now as Ambrose breaks the count as Drew sells the injury on the outside. Drew returns to the outside and unloads on Drew, but Drew blocks it. Drew then nails a big fallaway slam into the barrier. Referees check on Ambrose as we get a replay. McIntyre brings it back into the ring and covers for a 2 count. Back to commercial. Back from the break, McIntyre remains in control. Ambrose fights back and rolls McIntyre up after his leg goes out. He's selling it. Drew turns it back around and rocks Ambrose with a big right hand. Drew then talks some trash. Ambrose comes back with a clothesline and then another. Ambrose slams Drew to the mat by his hair. Ambrose with a leg submission in the middle of the ring now. McIntyre with a big headbutt, sending Ambrose into the corner. McIntyre takes Ambrose to the top and rocks him. McIntyre climbs up, but Ambrose crotches him. Ambrose fights back, but McIntyre counters and manages to launch Ambrose back to the mat from the top, using the injured leg. Drew waits for Ambrose to get up. Ambrose dodges the Claymore kick. Drew blocks Dirty Deeds, but gets rolled up for a 2 count. Ambrose goes for the clover leaf, but it's blocked. Ambrose gets the submission locked in now. Drew makes it to the bottom rope to break the hold. Ambrose ends up knocking Drew to the floor and running the ropes for a suicide dive, sending Drew back into the barrier. Ambrose brings it back into the ring, but he's moving slow. Drew rolls right back to the floor for a breather. Ambrose goes back to the top and leaps out onto Drew on the floor, but Drew sidesteps and swats Ambrose into the barrier. Referee counts again. Ambrose makes it in at the 9 count, but McIntyre immediately nails a Claymore kick for the win. I think I saw an actual 10 count. After the match, Drew takes the title and stands tall as his arm is raised. Back, we go to replays. As, of course, it's only tag team title. The national type, Lesnar versus Strowman versus Reigns at Crown Jewel. And consummated Corbin for tonight versus Reigns. So to come and look at Ronda Rousey retaining her title at Hell in a Cell. Back to commercial. Drew McIntyre is backstage walking when Dolph Ziggler appears and congratulates him on the win. Consummated Corbin appears and talks about them taking out the Shield tonight. Consummated One suggests Ziggler uses rematch clause for the WWE Intercontinental title since Seth Rollins is not there tonight yet. And wasn't. That's why he wasn't supposedly there for the Ambrose match. Ziggler says he fell off the cell last night and isn't interested. Corbin says Seth Rollins is hurt and isn't even here tonight. And if Ziggler catches in his rematch, but Rollins no shows, then Corbin will be forced to make Ziggler champion. Ziggler tells Corbin to make the match, and he walks off with McIntyre. After several minutes, he's thinking, because obviously a champion doesn't have to defend the title but once every 30 days, unless you're Brock Lesnar. Corbin turns to the staffer and brags on being good at his job because he's causing 2 title changes tonight. Announcer show us stills from the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey retaining over Alexa Bliss at Hell in a Cell. Natalia backstage with the Bella Twins. Ronda Rousey walks in and they all embrace. The Bella Twins give Rousey props for last night's win. Rousey asks them how championship open challenges work. Nikki Bella starts to tell her, and Natalia asks if she's really going to host an open challenge tonight. Natalia tells her just to go out and make it known, saying you never know who will answer that challenge. Rousey jokes around a bit before walking off. In my prediction, I was telling my brother, yeah, it's going to be Natalia. Chad Gable versus Victor We go to the ring, and out comes Chad Gable with Bobby Roode. They come out to Roode's theme song. We get a sidebar video from earlier today with Gable talking about how he's feeling glorious ever since teaming with Roode. Back to commercial. Back from the break, the Ascension is out. Victor with Connor. Gable and Victor go back and forth to start the match. Gable with a shoulder block. They trade counters as the partners look on. Victor misses the clothesline, and Gable takes him down. Gable with a butterfly suplex for a 2 count. Connor tries to get involved, but this allows Victor to get the upper hand off the distraction. Victor gets a 2 count. Victor with uppercuts and chops in the corner now. Victor drops Gable again for another close 2 count. I'm disagreeing with the announcer on this. If you watched WWE Tough It Up or in the NXT version of Tough It Up or whatever, when it was Conor O'Brien, the rat face, in this match. And they're calling him Victor. Of course, Victor is a bigger guy. Conor is a smaller, skinny guy, but still tall. Well, Victor takes Gable back to the corner for some more strikes. I'll show you some pictures of that as well. Victor takes Gable to the top and chops him. Gable locks on an arm bar on the ropes out of nowhere but breaks it off before the 5 count. Gable runs the ropes and launches himself at Victor. Gable with a suplex, and Roode calls for another. Gable tackles Victor over the top rope and then nails a cannonball from the apron. Gable brings him back in the ring. It goes to the top. Gable with a missile drop kick as Roode cheers him on. Connor tries to interfere, but Roode stops him. Gable ends up hitting a German suplex and bridging it to get the pin on Victor. And from the picture on that, I got from WWE.com. Roster pictures. Of course, they show the names of what they're using now. But when did if they did that, when did they do the name swap? Because I want to know. So you tell me, brothers and sisters. After the bell, Connor runs in out of nowhere and levels Roode and Gable in the ring. Connor exits the ring and talks trash as we get a replay. Roode and Gable recover in the ring as Connor looks on. So, spoiler alert, my guess. Next week, you get tag team action again. So the come segment, Elias versus Bobby Lashley. Also, constipated Corbin versus Reigns with the title on line, supposedly for your main event. And the Undertaker appears as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Seth Rollins has arrived backstage. Kayla Braxton asks him about Baron Corbin forcing him to defend WWE Intercontinental title tonight against Dolph Ziggler and stripping him if he's unable to compete. Rollins says Corbin may be in charge now, but someone needs to remind him this is still Monday Night Rollins. He walks off. We go to the ring. Out comes the Undertaker to a big pop. Nothing. To me, I wasn't impressed about this segment at all. It was just boring. Taker hits the ring and fans start chanting his name. Taker speaks and says, they say delusion is the final recourse for the damned. That no man can spin a web of lies like a man that has a broken soul. Taker says he's never seen a man with a more broken soul than Triple H. Taker says Triple H came out last week and told us Taker lost all of his respect. Taker says delusion will be Triple H's downfall. Taker says there was a time when Triple H was wicked, savage, a warrior, but these days he tends to play a more corporate game. Taker says Triple H's battlefield is the boardroom these days. His life is so filled with lies that he can no longer decipher truth. Taker says Triple H can't see the fear in his own friend's eyes, and he can't see his own demise. And he goes on and says he puts no stock in what any man thinks, only what he knows. And what he knows is this. When he faces Triple H for the last time, the result will be just like the first time. Fans pop for Taker. Taker says he will put Triple H 6 feet under. Game over. Fans pop again. He says Triple H will do what he can to outrace the Reaper, move heaven and earth, even enlist his friend, WWE Hall of Famer Shawn Michaels. Taker says let Triple H have his deceit. Let him have his delusion. Let him have his best friend, but right there is where the devil is in details. Taker says Shawn isn't going all the way to Australia to sit in the audience and watch this fight. He's going to be standing in Triple H's corner. Taker says he's okay with that because standing in his corner would be his brother Kane. The Brothers of Destruction reunite. Fans pop big time for the Brothers of Destruction being at Super Showdown. Taker says he's already took Shawn's career and he's going to do the same with Triple H, but it seems like Triple H deserves far worse. Taker said not only will he take Triple H's career, he's taking his soul and putting him down. Taker says at Super Showdown, with his brother watching his back, Triple H will rest in peace. Bell tolls again and Taker starts making his exit. Of course, he does this tradition. Stops on the stage, fist in the air, in the segment. Coleslaw shows us highlights for the Hell in a Cell main event and hypes Lesnar versus Strowman versus Reigns for a crown jewel. So to come segment, Constipated versus Reigns with title on the line. Also, Rollins defends against Ziggler. We see a video of WWE stars visiting a local hospital earlier today for the Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. Then your next match is Bayley versus Dana Brooke. Actually solo. We go to the ring. Out comes Bayley with Sasha Banks. They have a group of pediatric cancer survivors with them. That's commercial. Back for the break. Bayley's going at it with Dana Brooke. Brooke gets the upper hand and shows off some. Dana with a handspring, get back elbow in the corner. Bayley counters and back slides Brooke for a 2 count. Dana turns back around and sends Bayley into a turnbuckle for a 2 count. Dana then drops knees on Bayley for a 2 count as Banks looks on from ringside. Dana keeps Bayley grounded with a scissor now. The hold is broken, but Dana keeps control. Bayley with some offense and a pin attempt. Bayley drops Dana on the second rope. Bayley goes up top, but has to land on her feet as Dana approaches. Bayley elbowed her way out of a hold and nails a running knee. Bayley with a Bayley to belly suplex out of nowhere for the win. After the match, Banks hits the rings and raises Bayley's arm as her music hits. The referee checks on Dana while she's down. So to come segment, Lashley versus Elias and Constipated versus Roman. We see Drake Maverick backstage with Authors of Pain for another squash match. They bully a Stafford backstage, but Drake calms them down and says to save it for the ring. They walk off and go to commercial. Authors of Pain versus Gregory James and Barrett Brown. Back from the break, out comes the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razar. They're led to the ring by a 205 Live general manager, Drake Maverick, in Shield clothing. 2 enhancement talents wait on the outside, Gregory James and Barrett Brown. Akam and Razor destroy the enhancement talents and win another easy squash match with the Super Collider. After the match, Maverick stands tall with Akam and Razor as the music hits. Dolph Ziggler is backstage complaining to Baron Corbin about Seth Rollins finally showing up. Corbin says Rollins is in the worse shape than Ziggler is, but there's no way he can win tonight. Corbin talks Ziggler up until Rollins comes walking in. Ziggler says he wouldn't blame Rollins if he backed out. Rollins says he's not backing down and he's ready for a fight. He asks if Ziggler is ready and walks off. So to come Ziggler versus Rollins back to commercial, and that match is up next in a Continental title match. Back from the break, out first comes Raw Tag Team Champion Dolph Ziggler, and the Continental Champion Seth Rollins out next. Formal ring introductions by JoJo. Fans cheer for Rollins as they size each other up. Before going at it, Rollins drops Ziggler first, back and forth between the two. Ziggler ends up sending Rollins into the barrier and goes down on the floor. Ziggler stands tall as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and Rollins tackles Ziggler with punches. Rollins keeps control and goes to the corner for a blockbuster. Rollins nails Ziggler in the corner, but runs into a knee. They trade counters, but Ziggler jumps on Rollins' back for a sleeper hold. Rollins ends up breaking it and blocking the zigzag. Ziggler blocks a super kick, but Rollins nails the ripcord knee for a close 2 count. Rollins goes back to the top, but Ziggler climbs up. Rollins slides out and crotches Ziggler. Rollins gets sent to the mat as Ziggler recovers on the top. Rollins runs right back up and hits the superplex. Rollins holds it for a Falcon Arrow, but Ziggler counters and rolls Rollins up for a 2 count. Rollins comes right back with a stomp, and he's slow to make the pin, but Ziggler can't kick out, and Seth Rollins wins. After the match, Rollins stands tall with the title, and his music plays. We'll go to replays. Roman Reigns is shown backstage watching Rollins get the win. Charlie Caruso approaches and asks about him being the underdog in tonight's main event. Reigns says maybe he's the underdog against Braun Strowman or Brock Lesnar, but he's the big dog in the ring with Corbin. Reigns says this means he's still going to be champion after the match. He thanks Caruso and walks off. We see Ronda Rousey backstage warming up, doing her deal. Announcers lead us to a video package on Hispanic Heritage Month. Back from the ring, out comes Raw Women's Champion, Ronda Rousey to a pop. Ronda takes the mic and smiles as fans cheer her name. These are laughs and laughs a couple times. Rousey says she really wants to congratulate Alexa Bliss. Rousey says last night was the best performance she's seen from Bliss, and she didn't expect Bliss to fight like that and take Rousey that close to her limits. Rousey thanks Bliss for showing her that she can be more of a champion. Rousey goes on about wanting to be a better champion for the fans, making WWE Hall of Famers Stone Cold, Bret Hart, and Ric Flair. Rousey says that is why she's issuing an open challenge right here tonight. Rousey says if anyone in the back has the gumption to come out and try to take her title, let's see who it is. And we await. Music hits. Out comes Rousey's friend and training partner, Natalya, to answer the challenge. What I tell you, here's my prediction. Rousey looks around, but Natalya doesn't appear. Riot Squad come dragging Natalya out to the stage. Ruby Riott says Rousey forced them to do this, and what they did to Natalya is all Rousey's fault. Ruby, Liv, and Sarah walk to the ring as Rousey gets ready to fight. Ruby says they don't dislike Rousey, but they don't like her either. Ruby says she will be answering the challenge. Ruby gets on the apron, but Rousey knocks her off. Logan also gets dropped. Liv goes after Rousey, and she continues fighting them off until the numbers game catches up. 3 versus 1. Rousey then slams Logan, but turns it around to a spear from Ruby. They triple team Rousey. Music hits, out comes the Bella Twins to make the save. Brie Bella and Nikki Bella rush the ring to brawl with the Riot Squad. Rousey and the Bellas clear the ring and stand tall to a pop. The two sides have words from in and out of the ring as Rousey's music hits. Announces hype Lesnar versus Strowman versus Reigns at Crown Jewel. We see a video from earlier where Core consummated one, booked himself in a title match with Reigns for later. Corbin is backstage warming up when Strowman walks up. Strowman doesn't know why Corbin put himself in a title match, but he hopes he wins because, like he said earlier tonight, Corbin sucks and Braun knows he can kill him. We go to the ring. It sounds like Elias is about to start playing a tune, but the camera quickly cuts to a commercial. Back from the ring, we see what just happened with the Riot Squad, Bella Twins and Rousey. Coleslaw hypes a big 6-woman match at WWE Super Showdown in Australia. We go to the ring and JoJo introduces Elias, who is in the middle of the ring with his guitar. Elias introduces himself and gets a mixed reaction to start. Elias starts playing the guitar and the fans clap along. He finishes and they cheer for him. Elias asks who wants to walk with him, and they cheer some more. Elias says he knows how bad the show can be before he shows up, and if he had his way, it will be 3 hours of Elias. He talks about how he's always getting interrupted, and that just boils down to jealousy, as everyone wants to be involved with what he's doing because he's special. He goes on and mentions taking care of Bobby Lashley tonight. Elias takes shots at Lashley and gets some big crowd heat for dissing the NFL Dallas Cowboys. I always comment to them, calling them cowgirls. Sometimes they act like girls. Well, he goes on and asks everyone to silence their cell phones and shut their mouths so he can perform. He starts playing, but is interrupted by Leo Rush. His music hits it out, and he comes to interrupt. Rush starts talking, and Elias asks who this kid is. What irresponsible parent let their child come on the ramp and start running his mouth? Rush reintroduces himself as a 23-year-old piece of gold, the man of the hour, Leo Rush. Well, that's his character in 205 Live. Rush says he represents. Elias doesn't care. Elias offers to have a security take Rush to the lost and found to find his parents. Rush says Bobby Lashley warned him Elias had jokes, or maybe it was Elias is a joke. Rush brings up unfinished business between Lashley and Elias, also bringing up Kevin Owens' recent apron powerbomb to Lashley. Rush goes on and introduces Lashley. Out he comes. So we get the Elias versus Lashley match. Lashley hits the ring and Elias gets ready for the match. Go to commercial. Back from the break, the match is underway. Rush is on commentary. Elias keeps Lashley grounded in the middle of the ring now. Lashley powers up and fights out, but Elias knees him and then chops him. More back and forth action. Lashley with a kick, big forearm, and a clothesline. Elias turns it back around, but Lashley catches him with a power slam for a 2 count. Lashley awaits for Elias to get back to his feet. Lashley charges, but Elias sends him to the corner. Elias runs into a back elbow. Lashley goes to the top rope for a missile drop kick, but Elias knees Lashley in midair. They both go down. Music suddenly hits, and out comes Kevin Owens. Owens approaches Rush, but Rush shoves the announce chair into him. Owens goes after Rush again and chases him to the ringside. Elias goes after Rush next. Rush flips around and eventually kicks Elias in the face for disqualification on the outside. Winner of the match by disqualification, Elias. After the bell, Lashley ends up saving Rush from Elias. Lashley knocks Owens off the apron. Lashley then launches Rush onto Owens and Elias on the outside. Lashley put Rush on his shoulders, and they look on from the ring. Chicken fight style as Owens and Elias recover on the outside. Lashley's music hits. Then the segment. Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, and Alicia Fox are backstage. Bliss says she's going to help elevate her friend in tag team competition now. She says they challenge Ember Moon to find a partner for tonight. They go on taking shots at Ember and doing their Mean Girls act. The announcers led us to a preview for Season 8 of Total Divas, which premieres Wednesday on the E! Network. Back to commercial. Ember Moon and Nia Jax versus Mickie James and Alicia Fox. That's who Ember Moon's partner was. Back from the break, Mickie is in the ring with Alicia as Alexa Bliss watches from ringside. Ember Moon was out next to Big Time Hometown Pop. Moon waits for her mystery partner, and out comes Nia Jax. Making her return, Bliss, Fox, and James aren't happy. Jax starts off for her team. Mickie and Fox aren't interested in mixing it up. Moon starts off as said and goes at it with Fox. Fox drops her first with a shoulder, but Moon kips up and unloads for a 2 count on Fox. Moon goes for a tag, but Fox stops her. Fox whips Moon in the corner and tags in Mickie to take over. Mickie with a running kick to the face for a 2 count. Moon ends up taking Mickie down with the scissors. Moon with more offense and a big suicide dive, taking out Mickie and Fox on the floor for a pop. Moon brings Mickie back in the ring. Moon goes up top, but Fox pushes her off while the referee had his back turned for a distraction. Mickie with a stiff kick to Moon for a 2 count. Fox tags back in for a double team on Moon. As Jax waits for a hot tag, Mickie tags back in for some more double teaming. Mickie works Moon over and keeps her grounded in the middle of the ring, talking trash to the hometown star about how the people don't love her. Moon tries to fight back, but Mickie cuts her off. Moon with more comeback attempts, but Mickie cuts her off. Fox tags back in and levels Moon with a kick to the face for a 2 count. And we get a quick pin attempt from the referee. Moon counters a suplex and finally tags in Jax. Jax unloads on Fox and rams her into Mickie into the corner. Sending Mickie to the floor, Jax ragdolls Fox and splashes her in the corner. Jax tosses Fox into the corner, but runs into an elbow. More back and forth until Jax runs over Fox for a 2 count as Mickie breaks the pin. Mickie begs Jax and slaps her. Mickie turns around to Moon, hitting the eclipse from the top rope. They go to the floor. Fox tries to kick, but Jax ends up hitting the Samoan drop for the win. After the match, Brooks looks on from ringside and she's not happy. Jax and Moon stand tall in the middle of the ring and celebrate. Coleslaw talks about how Jax won the Association of National Advertisers #See Her Now award this past Saturday night. Baron Corbin is backstage with a referee, reminding him he controls his paycheck and he still wants the match called right down the middle, fair and square. Corbin forces the referee to call him misdirecting general manager of Raw and sends him on his way. He wasn't happy about saying it, but he did. So it comes everett, Constipated versus Roman with the title on the line. He announces call on the fans to donate to the American Cross to help the victims of Hurricane Florence. Fans can text Florence to 909-999 to donate $10. We go to commercial. Universal title match, Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns. Just call him Triple C, Constipated Corbin. We get formal ring introduction from JoJo starting the match. Bell rings and lock up. Corbin strikes first and drops Reigns for a quick pin attempt. Corbin with more quick offense. And another pin attempt. Corbin quickly rolls Reigns up for a 2 count. Corbin beats Reigns around but misses the clothesline. Reigns knocks Corbin over the top rope to the floor. Reigns leaves the ring and nails the drive-by on the floor. Reigns brings Corbin back in the ring. Reigns charges the corner, but Corbin moves and Reigns hits the steel ring post. Corbin charges but misses. Goes out and back in with a big clothesline on Reigns. Corbin with a 2 count. Corbin keeps control as we go back to commercial. Back from the break, Corbin has Reigns down in the middle of the ring. Reigns fights out, but Corbin hits the chokeslam into a backbreaker for a 2 count. Corbin takes his time and keeps Reigns down as the referee checks on Reigns. Corbin applies a submission, and Reigns starts fading in the middle of the ring. Reigns starts to fight up to his feet, and some fans rally for him. Reigns rocks Corbin with a big right hand. Reigns hits the ropes and clotheslines Corbin. Reigns mounts offense now, and Reigns gets a big pop as he drops Corbin again. Reigns with big shots in the corner, and fans count along. Reigns drops Corbin with a big boot to the face. Reigns hands tall to a mixed reaction as he waits for Corbin to get up. He calls for the Superman punch, but Corbin rolls to the floor for a breather. Reigns approaches Corbin, walks him with the right hand. Corbin re-enters the ring, but Reigns nails a Samoan drop for a 2 count. Reigns plays for the crowd some more and waits for Corbin to get up. Corbin rolls out of the ring to avoid the Superman punch again. Reigns runs around the ring and leaps off the steel steps, dropping Corbin with a Superman punch on the floor. Reigns brings Corbin back in the ring, calls for a spear, but Corbin goes back to the floor. Reigns runs around the ring again, but Corbin throws a steel chair in his face. Referee argues with Corbin and eventually calls the match. But, he's a stand-in general manager. After bell, JoJo announces Reigns as the winner. Corbin re-enters and argues with the referee as Reigns music hits. Corbin reorders the match to be restarted as a no DQ match. And JoJo makes the announcement. So, again, that's stupid crap. After bell, JoJo made the announcement as Reigns as the winner. Corbin enters the ring and argues with the referee. No DQ match for the Universal title. Baron Corbin versus Roman Reigns restarted. Bell rings and Corbin grabs Reigns. Rolling him in the ring, Corbin brings a steel chair in the ring, but Reigns punches it into him. Reigns gets a 2 count. Reigns takes his time getting up and sees the steel chair. Reigns grabs the chair, but the music interrupts. Out comes Braun Strowman. Reigns waits with the chair in hand. Braun slowly marches down the ramp. Corbin comes from behind and takes Reigns down. Braun enters the ring and stares Reigns down. Braun grabs Reigns and hits a big running splash in the corner. And then another. Braun scoots Reigns up for a power slam, but Reigns slides out. Braun charges and hits the ring post. Tumbling out to the floor, Corbin attacks Reigns from behind. Corbin charges, but Reigns moves. Corbin comes back in and catches Reigns with a deep 6 for a 2 count. Ziggler and McIntyre come running out next. So you got 4 on 1. They help Strowman up. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose run down the ramp. They brawl with McIntyre and Ziggler, Strowman at ringside. So it's still 4 versus 3. Reigns knocks Braun off the apron with a Superman punch. Ambrose and Rollins check on Reigns in the ring. Ambrose and Rollins run the ropes and hit a big dive to the floor on Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre. Strowman gets up first on the floor. Reigns runs the ropes for a dive to the floor, but Corbin rocks him with a big right hand at the ropes. Corbin re-enters the ring, but Reigns immediately hits the spear for the pin and to retain. After the match, the Shield stood tall in the ring as Strowman, Ziggler, and McIntyre look on from the ramp. Wall goes off the air with the two teams staring each other down. There was no dark match main event after this week's Raw went off the air. The Shield stood tall after closing segment and left for the back to end the event. And that concludes my results for Raw and WWE main event. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on the video. If you don't know, just call me, brother, sisters.